Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and have I got a charity shop book haul for you? So can I lift them? Not really, no. A lot of books. So, as you might be able to tell, Christmas is happening in the household. I have just spent the last couple of hours wrapping presents, so I'm kind of chilled in my comfy hoodie, relaxing. It's been a stressful Monday at work, so now is the time to discuss books and just chill out. So my friend Ali stayed with me over the weekend and we went to the charity shops in Salisbury, and we must have gone to at least 12, if not 14, 15 different charity shops, and both got quite a substantial pile of books. I have two piles in front of me. I have a pile that I picked up, just things that intrigued me, and then I have a whole pile of almost about 10 books, I think, of books that Ali just went, Sophie, you're going to love these. And I trust her recommendations. So I think that's the part I'm going to start with, actually, so because these books I know even less about than the ones that I picked out myself. So the first one is Guilty Pleasures, an Anita Blake vampire hunter novel by Laurel K. Hamilton. I've never heard of this. I don't know if it's a series or a one-off. My name is Anita Blake. Vampires call me the executioner. What I call them isn't repeatable. Ever since the Supreme Court granted the undead equal rights, most people think vampires are just ordinary folks with fangs. I know better. I've seen their victims, I carry the scars. But now a serial killer is murdering vampires, and the most powerful bloodsucker in town wants to find the killer. Or wants me to find the killer. I don't date vampires, I kill them. I'm intrigued. Obviously if you follow my channel, you'll know that I've been reading the Twilight series recently. So I'm not adverse to a little bit of vampire reading. I'm intrigued. Then we have an author that I have heard of so many times. This is Marianne Keyes. The Other Side of the Story, and I have no idea. I've heard of the author. I was assuming sort of romance. Never actually read any of her work. Cross women, cross lines, cross swords. So it looks like it's about 3 different friends, maybe. Yeah, I believe they are. And they're sort of a literary agent, clients, and I'm assuming it's sort of their interactions and things. Hopefully it's got a bit of drama in it. Then, an author I am familiar with, again, is Jenny Colgan, and this is The Loveliest Chocolate Shop in Paris. One is assuming it is about a chocolate shop in Paris. That'd be very disappointing if it wasn't. Yes. I know that I've read at least 1, if not 2 Christmas books by this author and have got on well with the writing style, so it's about chocolate. It's going to work well. It has recipes in it, so I'm definitely intrigued to give this a go. Does actually sound like a winner, I have to say. Next one completely threw me, but I've been told to trust her, so I trust Ali. Okay, we'll go with it. Blind Beauty. It's about a horse. An epic horse story. It appears to be something about breaking in a racehorse, maybe. Uncooperative horse. There's a special bond. I have no idea, but apparently it's good, so we're going to give it a go. Why not? Then we've got a couple of classics, which I believe Ali was a little bit horrified that I hadn't read, but I will soon, darling, I promise. We have The Virgin and the Gypsy by D.H. Lawrence. The reverent tale of a young girl's emotional awakening in the elemental presence of a gypsy. It's only a short little one. It's an old school looking classic. It looks really cute. So we shall give that a go. The font is tiny. Oh my goodness. But we'll do it. And then The Iron Man by Ted Hughes. Definitely Ali seemed quite shocked that I hadn't read this before. Assuming it's about a man made of iron. It has got some cool illustrations in it. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Look. Here he is. And it only looks like it's like 50 odd pages long, so I'm intrigued to give this a go. Then there's a couple of books that I've seen talked about on BookTube quite a bit recently, one of which is The Christie Affair. Heard some really, really amazing reviews about this, and all I know is it's set, or it's based about when Agatha Christie disappeared. Yeah, she disappeared for 11 days in 1926. And this book is written by the husband's mistress, it appears, so I'm quite intrigued. As I said, heard good things. We then have The Shadow of the Wind. Heard amazing things about this too. about a man who brings 10-year-old son to the cemetery of forgotten books to choose a book one cold morning in 1945. And it appears later on there's some sort of, like, there's something to do with the author of the book that this boy gets basically later on. I don't want to spoil it and look too much into it, but as I said, I've heard really good things. Then this is The Secret Countess. St. Petersburg, 1917. Anna's world is under threat. The 18-year-old countess has lived in luxury all her life, but revolution is tearing Russia apart and her family must escape. London, 1919. Now penniless, Anna is working as a servant for the aristocratic Westerholmes, but as she falls in love with the young earl, it becomes harder to keep her true identity a secret. So, that actually sounds quite good. That's the pile that Ali coaxed me into buying by just flinging books at me in various charity shops, but I have to say they actually sound pretty good. So I'm quite excited by those. And then we have a pile here that I found myself. Oh my goodness. I did get a bit carried away, didn't I? Right, this one, I think it's relatively new. It either came out this year or last year. And this is How to Save a Life by Eva Carter. I believe it is a romance. Yes, I think sometimes saving a life is only the start of a story. See, anything with some kind of medical element I am drawn to, and I've looked at this so many times in the library, but I'm actually pleased to get my own copy now. And it's about a footballer, he collapses, and student Kerry saves his life. But life after death is no guarantee of a happy ending, and her act of heroism will bind the two together before tearing them apart. And over the next 2 years, they seem to come in and out of each other's life. What would it take for Joel and Kerry to save each other one final time? Now, there seems to be 3 people in the photo, so I don't know if there's going to be some kind of love triangle, but I have heard good things about this. Then I've got a non-fiction, which just looks a bit interesting. It was kind of a cover by, and that's How to Be a Woman by Caitlin Moran. Name rings a bell. I'm not too sure why. Is she a comedian or something, perhaps? Part memoir, part rant, and it goes over things like, why are we supposed to get Brazilian? Should we use Botox? Do men secretly hate us? What should you call your vagina? Why did your bra hurt? Why does everyone ask when you're going to have a baby? It just looks like it's going to be a little bit of fun. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Next one was an author by Bridget Kemmerer, and this is Letters to the Lost. Now, I've sort of heard of this author's book, sort of A Vow So Bold and Deadly, and that, and I didn't know that this looks like a soppy romance to me. The darkest secrets, the fiercest love. And that was all I needed. I thought, oh, we'll just give the author a go just to see what the writing style's like. I could be way out because this might not be the same. Some books might be YA, some might be adult. I don't know yet, but I just thought, let's give it a go. Juliet Young has always written letters to her mother. Even after her mother's death, she leaves letters at her grave. It's the only thing that helps Juliet cope. And then there's a guy called Declan that comes in who finds one of the letters, and they seem to connect due to that. That actually sounds really cute, actually. That's really sweet. Found a kind of Stephen King going on here. We've got Black House, Stephen King, Peter Straub. The house appears to be painted a uniform black, but not only the boards, but every inch of the exterior, the porch, the trim, the rain gutters, even the windows, black from top to bottom, and that cannot be possible. In this guileless, good-hearted corner of the world, not even the most crazily misanthropic builder would turn his house into its own shadow, or would he? That sounds weird. I'm not going to read the synopsis. It's long with tiny, tiny font, but I am determined to read some more Stephen King, and if I see them, I pick them up. I can't even put the dust jacket back on. It's been such a long day. Do you know, I spent 5 minutes last night at about 11 o'clock looking for my glasses, which are exactly where they are now, right on my face. I was that tired. I'm sure we've all been there. Please tell me we've all been there. Next one I got, and you know, it was initially the sprayed edges because I'm a magpie for sprayed edges. For £1 was Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is an author that I've heard some wonderful things about, and I've heard some really good things about the book, and I can't tell you anything about it. We're going to have to read the back together. It was just an author by, oh no, there's too many words. It's too long. Right, let's get a rough gist. Mexico 1970s, dangerous country. Secretary spends her life seeking the romance found in cheap comic books, ignoring activists. It's connection with Leonora next door. Somebody called Elvis. Oh, Leonora goes missing. Oh, there's hitmen, government agencies, Russian spies. This is going to be quite intense, actually. I wouldn't have guessed by the cover, but I'm intrigued. Look at those sprayed edges. I'm so easily pleased. It could be about anything. Oh, I found a Christmas book. Love Christmas. This is the Penguin Book of Christmas Stories. How cute is this? It's one of the cloth-bound, adorable ones. Yeah, a Penguin cloth-bound. I'm really excited by it, and it's just... Oh, I haven't heard of any of these, and that doesn't matter. This is just going to be really cute. I think like during December, I'm just going to end up picking 1 or 2 stories to read every day. It was £2.50. If you know me, you'll know that I'm used to paying 10p in my local charity shops. This was expensive for me, but it's pretty, so I did it. What'd I get? Oh, I got Othello, Shakespeare, because I want to read Shakespeare's works at some point, and I've never read Othello. I don't know what it's about. Could be anything. Oh, popular soldier, newly married man. Question about his wife's fidelity. He gets suspicious. Oh, powerful tragedy. Innocence is corrupted and trust is eroded as every relationship is drawn into a tangled web of jealousies. Okay, bring it on. Oh, I have got some classics. I've got last 3 are classics, okay? I got The Little Prince. I've never read The Little Prince. It seems that everybody else in the world and their dog has read The Little Prince, but me. And this was 99p in Oxfam Books. And it looks so cute, and it's just beautifully illustrated. And I just thought, yes, let's do it. I mean, look, so cute. So, a pilot forced to land in the Sahara meets a little prince. The wise and enchanting stories the prince tells of his own planet, with its 3 volcanoes and a haughty flower unforgettable. A strange and wonderful parable for all ages. We're doing it. Well, then I got a really creepy cover version here. Look how creepy that is. It's Animal Farm, and I've never read Animal Farm. And am I right in thinking this is where the animals take over or something? Having got rid of their human master, the animals of Manor Farm look forward to a life of freedom and plenty. Orwell's chilling story of the betrayal of idealism through tyranny and corruption. Okay, I hate the cover. It's really creepy, but I really want to read it, and I think this was something silly like 50p or something, so why not? And then I got War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. This is huge. It's about 1,000 pages. I don't know when I'm ever going to get round to this, but it's one of those books, you know, you want to say that you've read. And I want to. So, this was, what was it, 50p I think it was? It was 50p or it was £1, and it's in beautiful condition. It's clearly never been read, and I think we know why. Oh, the font. Why are these... The font is so tiny in these books. Anyway, that's my massive book haul. Let me know if you've read any of those, or if you want to read any of those that are on your TBR. Let me know what you thought. Any in particular that you think I'm going to like or that I'm not going to like, let me know. And if you made it to the end of the video, leave me... Well, because I've ended up playing ball actually while I'm talking to you, some kind of sport emoji or an animal emoji, because I'm playing ball with my little man here. But I will speak to you in my next video. Ooh! It's time to play ball.